This is day 474 of Zohar Pshat, and we're on Daf Nun Vav Amud Beis. We are in the second last paragraph of Vayisalei Chanoch, and we are at Toch Hazei Chanoch Zakah, which is 3, 6, 7 lines from the end of the paragraph. So talk about Tzadikim Kodesh Baruch Hu takes away young. Toch Hazei Chanoch Zakah Hava. Chanoch was meritorious. Kodesh Baruch Hu saw him the asriach beside that he might go bad afterwards. But lucky lady, he gathered him ad lo yisrach before he went off. It says the Tzutza Zohar references here a Zohar Chodesh in Yisro atri shoshanim ela shoshonim. It mainly means that they learned that they were over Hashem, and yet they were taken away. Begin the Yahweh Recha. Because they give a good fragrant smell. Until before they go off and smell bad. And he's no longer here. Because about Chanoch, because Kodesh Baruch Hu took him. He wasn't there for a great length of days. Like the other people of his time, who lived for much longer. He lived for only 365 years. Only 365 years, whereas the people of his generations lived much longer, did 800, 900 plus years. My time, or I begin because Baruch Hu took him before his time came. Chanoch was taken from the land to the to the Askis Shmei Meromi, and took him to the highest heights. And to his hands were given all the secrets on high. Mishum Hachi, I guess it's the word. Mefat and Sitra Glifin. They were open in front of him, the engraved secrets. Now, before we get to that, let's see the Tzutza Zohar who talks about what happened to Chanoch, very famous references. The Tosis Yevama says, I am basically Maska Sarah Oilam, V'chulin Tes Mesamach Amal, for Rajbam Babaso, Kuchafav, basically Maska Kiplu, V'toyot Targum Yonis Mezil Hacha, Ukrush Me Metatron. We usually try to avoid pronouncing that word, even though it's a Latin word, which means, which is meta, of course, which is very great. And he, according to all these sources, Chanoch became one of the greatest malachim, the greatest malach in Shemaim, actually. Safar Rabbah, the great sofer. What does it mean, is great sofer? So normally understand, as it says here, he is the sofer who's the scribe, who writes down the merits of Am Yisrael. There's, of course, the Gemara says that Acher went off the derech because he saw Matat, the Matat sitting down in the presence of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And how could they be sitting in the presence of HaKadosh Baruch Hu? So therefore he was Kotzitz B'Netios. We said that it must be that there is a disconnect between Shamayim and Oretz. And of course that requires a whole analysis, what exactly he meant. But in any event, according to this interpretation, Safar Rabbah means that he writes the schools of Am Yisrael. But according to our Zohar here, it seems to be closer to what it's the Zohar then down from Avodah Zarah Gimel Beis Shemelamed Torah L'Chatinokos. He teaches Torah to children. I'm not sure if the teaches here references, if I recall correctly, I should say, it teaches Torah to children who died young. Umlamin Nikra Sefer, and Umlamin is called a Sefer, and that would be the interpretation of Sefer according to this approach in the Zohar over here, where it says that he got all the secrets in all the Ginzei Loin, I guess, in order to give them over to the Tinokos who he teaches. And he references Shabbos, Laman Alf, Rav, Kol Sofer, Chule, and the Kam Bola, Kupe, Rav, Hahu Nar Reish Mesifta. And then he says that this the Matat is the Reish Mesifta in Shemaim. So he has all the Sitra Gelufin, all these secrets which are entrusted to him. The Klerech says that Sodos Chakukim Shel Tzirufe Osios Hashem Shem Mishtam Shem Elchei Asharis. So, which makes sense if he's the head malach. Of course, he has all the story, all the names of all the malachas and how to operate them because he's in charge of them. And so it says, "Mefatron sitrei grigulfin to mishtam shemelach Eloi v'kulis masu biyadei." They're all given to his hands, so Kimna, and that's we have sustained what happened to Chanoch after he was taken up to Shamayim. So, according again, the Zohar itself does not say explicitly that he was made the Malach Matat. There's other references would say that, but the Zohar does say that he was given all sorts of things in Shamayim, secrets. Again, it doesn't say that he uses them to teach children, but that is the reference in the Mesach Zaved Zohar. The point is that the tzaddik was taken away early. He was taken away early because we want to prevent him sinning. He's still a phenomenal tzaddik. He gets tremendous schar for what he gets, for what he accomplished in this world, and his having kept tzidkus. And therefore, however, whatever happens to Chanoch and Shamayim, it's a phenomenal thing, a great thing, and shows that HaKadosh Baruch Hu has this midah of chesed that he makes sure that people get to high madregos. Sometimes, in order to retain the madrega, things happen. Make sure it doesn't have to fall off at some point. And then, again, the HaKadosh Baruch Hu puts them in the proper place based on what they've accomplished and not taking into account what might have happened had they stayed around. I guess if you don't actually activate your Bechira in a negative way, the fact that you potentially could have done so does not have a negative impact on who you are in eternity. It's a very powerful and positive lesson for us to learn, but to make sure that we keep up whatever good deeds we're doing, so long as we're down here, and to Kodesh Baruch Hu Mizakas to Arichos Yom and Mishanim and levels of Avodas Hashem which are appropriate and good. And Shalom Nasriach Rachman al